Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Golden Glove Show. I'm Brian Mitchell, with me Ricardo Malajika and famous trainer Anton Gilmore. Anton, welcome. What a great win you guys had on Friday against Leighton Gloss. Let's go back to the beginning. Where did it start with yourself and this young talented man?
And I'd like to claim all the victory in turning this boy into a champion, but the guy that actually trained Ricardo was Billy Herford from South Hills, and then Ricardo used to come spar sometimes with my guys there at Suburbs. And then when he was turning professional, I was the closest trainer to him, so he decided to join me. So I was hoping he was coming to me because I was a great trainer, but I was just convenient for him. So anyway, he joined, and I do have a sphere of influence, and I was able to introduce him to yourself and Jeff, and then Rodney. And from there, we've done well in the last year that we've had him. Sponsorships, we looked after him, and some seriously good fights, and now his first title in 5 fights. I think it's remarkable. So that's how Ricardo has landed up where he is now.
Fantastic. Well, you are a great trainer. You've been in the game for a long time. We've done this all together forever. Let's talk to the young man himself, Ricardo Malajika. You travelled with me in the car to come to this interview. Nice having a chat in the car as well. You actually told me that you're a Virgo like myself. Yeah. So Wednesday you'll be 21 years old. Happy birthday for Wednesday.
Thank you so much.
On Friday I'll be 100 years old, but that doesn't matter. Ricardo, what a fantastic win on Friday against Leighton Gloss. I mean, it was, for a lot of people, it was a 50-50 fight because they thought Gloss could maybe knock you out. Gloss comes to fight. He's a brilliant puncher. He comes to punch. He had a good technique. They worked at a good technique, how to throw the left hook and try and stop you in the way you were throwing your punches. Talk to us about the brilliant one against Leighton Gloss.
I'd like to talk about it. It's a very nice fight for me, for my coming up fight. He's a very strong boy, and looking towards that fight, his heart. I'll give it to him. He has a big heart, and as long as we gave the crowd what they came for, I'm very happy. You know what I'm saying? It was a lovely fight for me and so on. We never expected them to have a good strategy towards me. But it was a lovely fight.
They did. They had a very good strategy. And it's thanks to this man, Anton Gilmore. How's your relationship going with Anton Gilmore as a trainer?
Very lovely. We're working on my mistakes. He's always giving me advice. He's telling me how he started, how his career was, where he's ending. He's like a father figure to me.
Fantastic.
He's out there for me. He's a guy that I know that when I'm in trouble, I can call. Say, Anton, I'm in this or this, or get any advice for, I'll rather go to him, because he's been in the game, and that's what I love about him. It's all about who's been there and they know what they're doing.
Fantastic. Well, you're now the Gauteng Junior Bantamweight champion. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Where would you like to see yourself going? I know you've only had 5 fights, 5 fantastic victories. You're a young man in the game, but where would you like to see yourself one day? You spoke to me in the car about my world title fight, but where would you like to see yourself be one day?
I'd like to be the world champion. I'd like to be, when people look at me and they talk about boxing, I'd like them to talk about me, to say that this boy was very great, not just amateurs, but he turned professional and he made his victory, I don't find it just doing amateurs and being great in amateurs and you become professional and you just give it away. I'd rather give it great in amateurs and take the journey from there and put it into you and give the hard work and get the rewards afterwards.
Fantastic. Well, we do see you as a future world champ as well. You had a fantastic amateur record as well. Anton, the final word from you. Where do you see this young man going after 5 fights? I know it's pressure at the moment because he's only just won his 5th fight, but he really looked like a superstar. And only turns 21 on Wednesday.
Yeah, he's going to go far. Look, we had some really good sparring recently for this fight, and he was sparring against a couple champions, his weight division, and a couple up, and he was holding his own for 8 rounds on the trot, so he's got what it takes to fight other champions. We just got a couple of things. They worked Ricardo out, so from a strategy perspective, we know what to work on and the weaknesses and things like that, and where I'd like to take him. His dream is 6 titles in 6 weight divisions, like a bit of a Manny Pacquiao. He can do it. We want to sort of finish off at the junior bantams within the next year and get at least an IBO youth world title or something, a youth world title, and then from there progress to the bantams and then just carry on travelling all the way up. you know, he's able to hold his own with just about anybody, you know. So,
Fantastic.
Brian, for everything. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Anthony Gilmore. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ricardo Malajika. And of course, Golden Gloves, once the best fighters in the country, and the best fighters in the country want to fight on the Golden Glove shows. So well done to these two guys. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of them on the Golden Glove shows. Okay, with me is Rowan Campbell, the IBO Africa Super Middleweight Champion. Rowan, you were absolutely brilliant on Friday night against Patrick Mukala. A lot of people thought before the fight it was a 50-50 fight. I must tell you, I thought no way 50-50. Because I know you work in the gym with Peter Smith and I see your work rate. And you pulled it off brilliantly. But firstly, before we talk about the Patrick Mukala fight, your amateur career, you never had an amateur career, you had like 3 amateur fights. Talk to us about that.
I didn't have really an amateur career. I only had 3 fights, as you said. I didn't take them like very seriously. I was quite unfit walking into my first 2 amateur fights. So yeah, it's not really an amateur career at all.
And who was your role model growing up? Why did you want to become a boxer?
I met Peter quite young. I was 14 or 15, so he became a role model quite young. And prior to that, Ali, I always loved Ali's charisma, and then I always loved Mike Tyson's talent.
Yeah, they come for.
And even Sugar Ray Robinson, I also loved that charisma, gentlemanness he had.
Well, I must give you a big compliment about who you like. You actually fight a bit like Mike Tyson, because you got that peekaboo style, which I like, and your defensive style is very good. You were lacking a bit maybe in your earlier career with defense. That's where you got tagged a few times. But Peter Smith's done a great job on that, and obviously you've done a great job on working on your defense. Tell us a bit more about your gym work, how you prepared for this fight.
I must give a lot of credit to Peter. Peter's amazing at what he does. He sees things and just hones in on it. Sees things he likes and hones in on it even more.
He's done a great job.
So yeah, it's been a great effort from mainly Peter. I just listen to what he says, and then obviously we go back to the drawing board. We look at what we like, what we don't like, and we just work on it. You know, even myself, I'll go back and watch the tapes by myself, and this might irritate me, that might irritate me, so I might just focus on that for a little bit. And it could be like a simple thing, like a jab or something stupid. You know.
Well, going back to talk to us before we talk mainly about this important fight that you did so well in. Your dad always comes to the fights. Your dad was a fan of mine, you told me, and he loves boxing. Tell us about, does your family enjoy your boxing?
Yeah, I have 2 brothers that love it. That's probably the most. But my dad definitely does. In the beginning, he wasn't a fan. He was a huge fan of yours growing up. Yeah, he used to watch Uncle Brian. He used to watch a lot of boxing, but he didn't want his son to be a boxer.
Really?
After my first pro fight, and even after some of the amateurs, his mind changed. So yeah, my family is a big support.
Is your dad happy now that you're the champion and undefeated?
He loves it. He loves it. He just wants to watch the fight with me and see what I think and
awesome,
stuff. He loves it. Yeah.
Well, in last question to you, last 2 questions or so, was it a tough fight for you, Patrick Mukala?
Yes, he's a tough opponent. He's nifty. He's sharp. He comes to fight. So yeah, it was definitely a tough fight for me.
And I must tell you, as a commentator in the corner, I was right in your corner actually, right next to you. And I had Peter Smith shouting in my ear, and I had the whole Smith family shouting in my ear. And I had Kevin Larina, the IBO champion, shouting right behind me, and he did a bit of commentary with us. What did it feel like with all that support there at Empress Palace on Friday?
Oh, it was amazing turnout. I did look over at you a couple of times and seeing like water and everything sprayed in your direction.
Yeah.
You must have got wet. But no, it was amazing support. Even, I think that's the most support I've ever had when the crowd jumps up and you check everyone who's rooting for you and there for you. It was like a huge majority of that stadium, so it was amazing.
Absolutely awesome stuff, and as you said, we were all going crazy. Your trainer Peter Smith couldn't even talk when I tried to interview him for Supersport afterwards. Well done, Rowan Campbell. You're now 11-0, and obviously somewhere down the line there'll be a world championship fight for you. And Rodney Berman is very keen on you now. You did a fantastic job. Your work rate is impeccable. That's what I always say when I commentate and I talk about young guys like you fighting. It's work rate. You've got to throw lots of punches, and you did exactly that. And you just overpowered Patrick Mukala. that you did a fantastic job there. And well done on being a Virgo as well, by the way, on the
Thank you,
14th of September.
And another thing, a lot of people keep saying I'm starting to fight a bit like you with
Awesome.
that old fitness thing.
Yes, yeah, you actually are, and I'm loving every minute of it. Well done, and we look forward to seeing you on the future Golden Glove shows.
Thank you, Uncle Ryan.
Rowan
Thank you.
Campbell.